We're gonna explain the mechanics of Thanatos. We're gonna explain the mechanics of Thanatos, right? And we're gonna go through the whole. We're going to. All right, friends. So commercials are over, and you guys can hear me. You guys can hear me, right? Cool. So let's go back. Let's go back and let's look at the history of Thanatos, right? This is chest hair. My nickname is Wolfie because I have a lot of hair. As you can see, it is chest hair. I am manly as fuck and I have a lot of testosterone. It's just what it is. Um so let's think about how Thanatos works, right? So the evolution of how Thanatos was played to when he got changed to why people started building differently on him. We're gonna go over this. So Thanatos first started, he was assumed as an assassin. I think when he first came out, it was pretty bad, but he ended up getting buffed in some ways and stuff like that. And then he had enough damage to pretty much always be an assassin. At some point, people stopped building damage on him because they realized as the game goes on, Thanatos can no longer one-shot people. His job as an assassin couldn't be fulfilled as the game went on. Not because of his scaling, but purely because the way that the mechanics on the character worked just did not give you enough damage to do it. Because for one, his ult doesn't execute, and his two is penetration. So he pretty much only had two damaging abilities, and that's usually hard to two-shot someone with, right? So what people started doing on him is they started building tank. And the first time people started building tank on him, they started going Witchblade on him. And the reason they ran Witchblade on him because it was move speed and protection, and it lowered auto attack speed. Let me explain this. Thanatos is bad with health. You don't want to buy health first on Thanatos. Thanatos gets more out of items with 0 health on them because it means there's less stats and less gold being dedicated to health and more being dedicated to protections. Why is that? Because Thanatos' abilities do percentage health. So having more health isn't having more effective health, it's having almost the same pool. The reason why you built protections is because you wanted to have effective health. You wanted to, after you used your abilities, you wanted whatever amount of health you had left to mean as much as possible. Which is why they started building Breastplate on him, because it was the same concept as going Witchblade first on him. But it also had cooldown reduction. That was the idea. Now, let's look over this item real quick. And we're gonna still assume we're in the tank Thanatos meta. This item has a lot of what Thanatos needs. It has HP 5, which is nice. It has MP 5, which is nice. And it has cooldown reduction, which is nice. It also has a pretty good active that if you land your scythe or if you kill a minion, you'll have really fast run speed, which is really cool. It really helps. But like Thanatos already has fast movement speed. You get someone low, you're already fast as fuck. You're already going to catch that person anyway. Majority of times if you land your scythe on the person you're trying to kill, they're probably dead. Like, that's usually the case. And if you miss your scythe, you're probably dead. Just like with this item. If you miss your scythe with this, you're still probably dead. It doesn't really, like, fix anything. I would rather get Winged Wand. Well, Winged Blade. It will give me permanent move speed. And if something bad happens, I have something to keep me alive if something bad happens. As opposed to, if I'm already playing well, the person should be dead. Is it a good item? Yes. Does it have a place in the meta? Yes. Is it a good item for Thanatos? Yes. Do you need to buy it every fucking game as your third item? No. As you saw before, I can go full DPS Thanatos and one-shot an AD carry or one-shot a fucking mage. The whole reason you used to go full tank Thanatos is gone. There's a bunch of damage items that have cooldown reduction. There's items like Hydras where that fills the gap in damage that you need to do to one-shot a squishy. You also have Heartseeker, which gives you even more damage to kill the squishy as fast as possible. Thanatos now has the ability to go glass cannon and one-shot whoever he wants. He has that opportunity now. There's two different ways to play Thanatos now. He doesn't have to swap over to Bruiser anymore. He can do that. It is an overrated item. It is not an item you build every game. It is an item you build in certain situations that you need. If you get someone on your team, let's say you have a person that has, like, let's say like the enemy team has a lot of move speed, and you need the extra move speed to catch up to someone, and you have enough damage to kill that person, Shield of Regrowth is fantastic. It's awesome. Like, that being said, I think this character is overrated. I think this character is highly overrated. I think he's punishing a lot of people for their early game pressure, and he's able to do things that other people don't know how to deal with early. But as you saw, what Enemy did is they just avoided him. What people don't realize is that you don't have to fight invades anymore. People were on Smite game were like, "Oh, but I thought invade meta was gone." Wah, wah. If you guys fucking notice, they can't be two sides at once. The reason why I like starting middle on the jungle and not in solo lane, because if some shit goes wrong, and I know that they're invading right jungle and we can't fight them on right jungle, I go to left jungle and I take everything on left jungle. There's so much EXP on both sides of the map that you don't have to go to right jungle anymore. You can just go to left jungle and do it fine. It's not a big deal. Viriziel literally just avoided Chapu on Thanatos the whole game and farmed. And got to a point when him and Thanatos were equal. And that's how they won. That's how they won. Shield of Regrowth is probably really good on Chang'e because she keeps on healing herself. But they might still be better items. Yeah, but you say that, but like, you still build full damage on some characters. You still build damage early. You can still buy tank items. You can still totally buy tank items. You don't have to go full damage. You could buy 1 or 2 tank items. It's perfectly fine. But the option for him to go damage is there. It's there. It's a possibility in the game. It wasn't before. What I'm saying is he has build variety now. But that being said, I also don't think he's the best jungle in the game. I think Susano is better than him. I know Serket is better than him. I fucking know Serket is better than him. And I know Rat is better than him. I think Thanatos is on the same tier as Thor, where they do everything you could possibly want in the jungle, but Thor has more variety to him. But Thanatos is stronger than him in terms of raw power right now. That's my opinion. I think other characters that are getting overlooked right now that are really good are Bastet and Awilix. And Hunbats. Hunbats with fucking Heartseeker is ridiculous. Neja is another overlooked character that's really good. But the problem... So, like, the problem with Neja comes from the fact that Neja is really hard to play and really punishing if you fuck up. More punishing than Thanatos. Right? Because he kind of pulls himself into the fight and his ult and all the other bullshit. Like, when things go wrong with Neja, they go really fucking wrong. But, like, Hunbats is just safe pick, and he hits really hard. I think Fenrir is another sleeper pick with the way that Heartseeker works with his 2.
Oh, yeah.
Heaven Angel, thank you very much for subbing. I appreciate the sub. Like, Fenrir, like, you gotta think about this, right? So people don't know this, but, like, Fenrir has, whatchamacallit? physical damage, physical power buffs affect Heartseeker. And if you look at Heartseeker, right? Let's look at Heartseeker. We can look at this for 2 seconds. Heartseeker means after 5 stacks, your next damage ability does 100% extra of your physical power. So you're already building a high physical power god that buys a lot of physical power. His 2 gives him 105 physical power. So when you pop your 2 and you leap, your leap effectively has 180% scaling. Your 2 is going to add an extra 180 something damage to your next one. Just from popping this, because it stacks with Heartseeker. This works with all physical scaling abilities. Guess what? If you stack 4 stacks of Heartseeker, leap on someone, auto attack them, then use your bleed, the Heartseeker gets a 15% damage increase on the proc. Guess what? A Wheelix pops ult. All of a sudden, she gets extra scaling from her fucking ult added to the Heartseeker. That burst that they already do is higher. It's wild. Yeah, no, a Wheelix counters the fuck out of Fenrir. It's a pain in the ass. But I think these characters are like sleeper really good. I think people are overvaluing Thanatos and don't realize that a lot of these characters are fucking incredible. That being said, I think fucking Susano and fucking Serket are like broken. I think these 2 are broken and Ratatasker is right there under them or right there with them. Real fucking talk. Susano with Heartseeker and Hydras does just as much damage as he did in release, and that motherfucker will one-shot you in abilities. You won't even know what the fuck to do about it. I promise you. Not to mention, he can outplay Thanatos hard as fuck. He can avoid all of Thanatos' damage. All of it. But yo, what do I know? I'm just a washed up pro. That being said, if you really want to piss someone off, you really want to do something troll, I'm not sure if this shit is really good, but if you really want to piss off the enemy players, play Nemesis, run at someone, ult them, then use your 2. You'll probably one-shot somebody. I'm pretty sure with the Heartseeker stuff, you'll probably one-shot somebody. And if that's not enough, you can literally just charge it up again and dash to them and get another fucking Heartseeker proc. How does Susano counter Thanatos? The things that make the characters who are good against Thanatos are the ones that are really hard to land abilities on. Like, for example, like Bastet. And they can also poke him really easy. So he gets really, really scared of using his abilities because he's going to take too much damage. Like I said, I don't think it's very good, but you want to piss somebody off randomly, you can one-shot someone with that. So, basically, think about it. You can throw your 3 out before the fight even starts. And the moment you hear Thanatos' 1 go off, you can teleport to it. And his 1 physically can't hit you. You can also pull him out of... You can also use your 2 while Thanatos is charging his 3, and it'll interrupt his 3 and put it on cooldown. Susano literally has every tool he could possibly need against Thanatos. He's also really hard to hit with his 1. It is a really difficult fucking matchup. And he does a lot of fucking damage, and it's not hard to fucking land. So it doesn't matter how fast Thanatos is moving, he's going to get hit by abilities, and he's going to lose half his fucking health. That's what it is.